Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Monday, June 13th, 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, everyone, so we are still in the first quarter phase, which means roughly about a week ago, we had the new moon in Taurus. So that was a time of new beginnings, and now this early part of the week is about cultivating and continuing to move forward with those values. So whatever's been coming to you over this past week in regards to what you enjoy, in regards to maybe what you want to cultivate in the material side of things, and maybe also with relationships, because that new moon was conjoining up to Venus. So these are things that are still quite strong, but I think particularly this early part, challenging ourselves with these new beginnings. And I think the area of challenge can certainly be with the moon in Virgo, because now the moon is in Virgo squaring up to that sun and Venus. So Virgo's about self-improvement. Virgo's about personal development and finding solutions. So during this time, this will be for the next couple days, we're going to have this awareness of what can be fixed in our life or what can be embedded, right? And this is the ability of Virgo to see these things. And then I think in the square energy, taking the steps to remedy them, to fix them, to improve them, to find the solutions. And in that way, we're building this personal development. And again, it could be through your routine, your regimens, your health, your diet, whatever it might be with that. Could be through your workspace or anything else that you consider your daily activities and what can be embedded. So that's a great way of working with the moon in Virgo. And I think really accessing that analytical energy in either case can be very strong with this. Now, this is that Sun and Venus in Taurus, so there's still focus, there's still insight coming in about our values, right? And about relationships. Things are definitely still moving forward with that. Mercury's very well in Taurus at the moment, so our mind is naturally on these more earthly things. And I think there's a lot to also be reworked, rehashed, recultivated regarding these values with the ruler of that Virgo, Mercury in Taurus at the moment. So that's the backdrop. Now today's very significant because we do have Neptune going retrograde. It's going to go station today. And this is very important, particularly because Saturn's been squaring up to Neptune. And this aspect's going to go exact here at the end of the week. So there's been, first of all, perhaps uncertainty about the structures we're building in our life. You know, Saturn is our structures. Neptune is about surrender. And this is exactly what this Neptune retrograde, I think, is going to show us for the next 6 months. You know, this happens once a year, and it's a time to be reflecting on where we can have more healthy detachment in our life. Understanding that, of course, everything in our immediate event can be controlled and can be worked, and that's exactly what Virgo's about. Everything in our immediate environment, improving it, you know, such as our health and our work and daily activities. But Neptune, which is ruled by Pisces, completely opposite Virgo, is about everything that's not in our immediate control. And understanding that the things that are not in our immediate control must be let go. They must be surrendered in order for us to have peace and tranquility in our lives. So these are some good things to pause with for a second here today and start to re-examine and reflect in terms of where we can have more of this detachment, where we can let go. And that can be very healthy for us. And this, again, could be associated with all this personal developmental energy today. And really listening, you know, because Neptune's also that intuition, that inner guidance. And when Neptune goes retrograde, it kind of introverts this a bit, becomes more internalized. So it becomes increasingly important to really listen to our inner guidance. And in fact, it could be easier on some level that when Neptune goes retrograde, a lot of the haze or uncertainty that might be there, that the mind sort of projects onto things, might subside a bit. Okay, maybe there's a shift collectively that we're all starting to see the importance of all of this, letting go and faith and trust and surrender in our personal lives. And it's, I think, a great shift. And in that way, it's helping us cultivate what is this personal development with this new moon, this spiritual development with Saturn squaring up to Neptune, and really challenging ourselves here to have more spiritual acceptance. So that's the strongest energy. Now Venus is squaring up to Chiron here today, so there's also healing taking place. I think there will be some healing with our values and relationships. And what this can sometimes look like is we might feel wounded, maybe in a relationship or through an interaction, or maybe through what we're trying to cultivate or want to cultivate in our lives. And understand that Chiron is an internal thing. It's not a reflection of the external environment. So we're definitely capable. We definitely have these abilities, these skills, which is Venus and Taurus, helping us connect to our natural abilities. But we may feel a bit insecure or wounded in regards to that. So know that it's not a reflection of the external environment. It's merely an internal wound, okay? And there can be some healing with this, very positive healing. And again, with Chiron and Pisces, all associated with the same Neptunian energy, it's reestablishing our connection with God, our connection with the universe, our connection with something higher than ourselves, regardless of what your own personal philosophical belief systems are. This is what Pisces is about. It's the point in which the two fish are tied. You know, these two fish are on strings, tied to the point. But this point right here is that vastness. The creator, if you want to call it that, the source, the universal divine process. It's not meant to be labeled as much as it's meant to be connected to. And it's that connection that can be very healing at the moment. And I think through accessing that presence, through accessing that compassion, if it's in relationships, that unconditionality with ourselves, even if it's more about our values, I think can be very healing today. And as a result, we'll probably feel more of that rejuvenation going into the next couple days if we are willing to do this healing. But I think no matter what, there is healing taking place. And I think being open to that can help the energies flow. Now, as we go into tomorrow, the sun does sextile up to Uranus. There's a lot of energies going on today. So with this one, there could be new ways of expressing ourselves, maybe a freedom of self-expression, which is quite nice. Okay, so this could be with those values, because again, the sun is in Taurus. Could be material. Could have to do with our natural gifts, natural abilities, but there's this ease about it. This ease of being who we are, who we truly are, which is Uranus. The freedom of being who we truly are and expressing ourselves. So I think it's great for that. That's going to be strongest tomorrow, but certainly as the day unfolds, that freedom certainly coming through. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. The strongest energies are going to be this Neptune retrograde, this pause, this sort of reflection now in terms of where we can have more acceptance in our life, which already has been a major theme. I've been talking about this a lot. Saturn squaring up to Neptune, but now a shift and an opportunity to internalize it a bit, maybe to get a break from it so that the outer environment isn't as foggy, isn't as confusing, because the mind isn't trying to figure it out as much. And again, I think a lot of it's about those structures, which is that Saturn energy. So definitely a shift there, a great day to pause in general, maybe spiritual activities, but with the moon in Virgo, all types of activities having to do with personal development and bringing in this spiritual perspective, this presence into the daily activities could be great as well. All right, so I hope you guys have a fantastic one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.